So let us start with a new topic under this set. Fine. Now before starting that new topic, we should know that what do you mean by Venn diagram. Fine. Now here, Venn diagram, the diagram representing sets are called as what? Venn diagram. The diagram which represents the sets is called as what? Venn diagram. Fine. So for example, see, x is equal to, in curly bracket I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what? Listing method, isn't it? Now same set can be represented by any closed diagram. Either it can be triangle, rectangle, circle, anything like this. I have written name under inside this triangle, and I have written all the elements over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Fine. So this is called as what? Venn diagram. Now why that Venn name is given? Fine. Now there was one British logician whose name was John Venn. Fine. Now he was, everybody knows that. Now if we want to clear some concepts, then diagrammatic representation makes lot of impact on it, isn't it? So that concept, that is diagrammatic representation concept, was first introduced by John Venn. Hence the name Venn diagram is given. Okay, fine. Now next concept is what? Subset. Now what is subset? Now subset means a small set, but the elements of that subset should be present in what? Other set. Now see, if we consider two sets A and B, fine. Now here, and all the elements of A, I am telling all the elements of A is present in B, then A is said to be the subset of B. You get it? Now it is represented by symbolically like this, CM, this line over here. So A is subset of B. Now for example, A has elements 2, 4, 6. B has element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fine. Now here see, the elements of A, 2 is present, yes, 4 is present, yes, 6 is present, yes. That means all the element of A is present in B, therefore A is subset of B. You getting this? Fine. Now here, if for time being consider 6 is not there. Now 1, 2 is present, 4 is present, but 6 is not there. So A is not and subset of B. Why? Because this element is not there. Now for our consideration, we have considered 6 over here. So it is a subset of A is subset of B. Fine. Now diagrammatic representation, that means Venn diagram. Fine. See, a box I have considered, closed box. I have named it as what? B. So this is my B set which has an element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have written over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now A has 3 elements 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Now for representing the set A, I have used a circle and I have written the name inside it A. Fine. And it has 3 elements 2, 4 and 6. Getting? Fine. So that was about subset. Now universal set. Now universal set. What is universal set? Now we know that universe means what? A large thing. Everything is under the universe, isn't it? Now same concept is used over here. A set is chosen such that all the sets under considerations, that means we are considering some set, all that set are the subset of that set, which is an universal set. You getting? So we will consider such a set, fine, so that all the sets under consideration of our study should be the subset of that universal set. You getting? Now it is usually denoted by letter U. Fine. Usually it is denoted by letter capital U. Now complement of a set. Now what do you mean by complement of a set? Now for that, let us consider if U is a universal set and A is subset of U. U is a universal set and A is subset of U. That means A is a set which is under consideration and it is a subset of universal set U. Then the set containing all the elements, a new set, now I am considering a new set which contains all the elements of U but other than A. That means the elements which are present in A should not be present in that set. Getting? So then the set containing all the elements of U other than A is called complement of set A and is denoted as A dash. Is denoted as A dash. Getting? Now, example I have considered a universal set which has 5 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting? Now, there is a set A which has 2 elements, that is 1 and 3. And I have to write a complement of A. So what will be the complement of A? All the elements of universal set other than what elements present in A. So this 1 I will remove and this 3 I will remove because these are present in A. So the remaining elements 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5 I have written. So A, this is my A and this is my A complement or complement of A. You getting? Fine. So subset, a small little things about subset. Now see, if I have considered a set A, fine, and it has 2 elements 1, 2. Fine. So A is subset of A, isn't it? Why? Because all the elements of A is present in A. So a set is always the subset of itself. A is subset of A. Fine. Then if A is equal to B, that means set A is equal to set B. That means both of them are having same elements, isn't it? Then if set A is equal to set B, then A is subset of B and B is also subset of A. This is true if and only if both the sets are equal, isn't it? This conversely we can also prove that. That means if they have given me A subset of B and B is also subset of A, that means what? Both these sets are what? Equal. Fine. Then let us start with the practice set 1.3. Fine. Welcome students. Let us see the first example of practice set 1.3. Fine. And here they have given me 3 different sets. Set A, B, C and D with these elements. Fine. Then they have asked me then which of the following statements are true and which are false. So they have given me following statement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 statements they have given me. I have to identify which is true, which is false. Fine. Now here first question is related to what? C is subset of B. Let us check whether C is subset of B or not. C. Now the C set is over here and it has 2 elements. B set is over here, it has 4 elements. So let us check. B is present in this set B? No, it is not there. So since B is not there, not there in set B, so I am going to write this is a false. Why this is false? Because element B of set C is not present in set B. This is my reason and my answer is false. Let us check for the second one. Now they have told me that, they have asked me is it true or false, A is subset of T. So I am comparing A and D. Since A has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements and D has only 2 elements. So from this we can identify that A is not subset of D, isn't it? So I am going to write this as a false because elements of set A are more than set D. Fine. Now next, third. D is subset of B. Is it true or false? Let us take it over here. D is subset of B. Now see, A is not there, E is there. Since A element is not there, D is not subset of what? B. So I am again writing it as false. Why? Because element A of set D is not present in set B. Fine. The next, D is subset of A. Let us check, is D subset of A? So A, yes, A is there. E, yes, E is there. That means all the elements of set D is present in A. So I can write this as true. True. Because all the elements of set D is present in set A. So copy it down, students. Now fifth one, B is subset of A. B is subset of A. Let us check whether it is true or false. C, yes, C is there. D, yes, D is there. E, yes, E is also there. Now let us see F. F is not present in this. Now due to this F, B is not subset of A. So they have given me B is subset of A. This is false. Why? Because element F of set B is not present in set A. And the last one, C is subset of A. Let us check whether it is true or false. C and A. B is there? Yes. B is there? Yes. Yes, all the elements of C are present in A, isn't it? So, it is true. What is true? C is subset of A is true. Why? Because all the elements of set C is present in set A. So student, because this is all about our first question. Now here, again I am telling you, as there is a time limitation, I am not going to take all the questions. I am going to take few of the questions from this practice set. Okay. So let us see the next question now. Thank you. Welcome students. Let us see the third example. Fine. So I am considering directly the third example. They have given me two sets. First universal set 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and second set 1, 3, 7, 10. Okay. Now they have asked me show these sets U, P and P dash. Now they have not given me P dash. And P dash is nothing but what? Complement of P. I will tell you how to write it. By a Venn diagram. Now, so for drawing a Venn diagram, what I am going to do for the first question, I am going to take a big box. I am writing the name U over here. This is a universal set. Then this, all these elements should be written. Right. But while writing these elements, what I am going to do, see, 1, 2, then 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now see, I have written this element separately. Why? So that I can take a triangle over here. Now I will name this triangle as P. I am naming this triangle as P. Fine. Now I will take circle for this. You can take anything. I am going to take a circle. Kind of a circle, which should be a closed geometrical figure. Now I am going to name this as P dash. So I got the Venn diagram which represent three different sets. One is universal set in which all the two sets are there. One is what? Set P. another is what? P dash. You getting? So I have represented U, P and P dash by Venn diagram. Now let us see the second one. They have asked me to verify that complement of P is always P. So for this, what I am going to do, first I will write the universal set which is given to me 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is my universal set which they have given to me. Now I am going to write P dash. And how, from where I will write? This is my P dash, isn't it? So I am going to write P dash. P dash is nothing but 2, 8, 9, 11, 12. So I close my curly bracket over here. So this is my P dash. Getting? Now what I will do, since this is my P dash and I need a complement of this, so complement of P dash can be written like this. And we know that how to write the complements. Fine. So for writing the complement, I will take the help of this capital U. Isn't it? Now in this capital U, what I am going to do, I will write all the elements which are not present in this. So 1, yeah, it is not present. And 2 is present, so I am not going to write it. 3, 7, now 8, I will not write it. 9, I will not write it. 10, 11 is present, 12 is present. So I have written the complement of P like this. Now I am going to check whether this is in set P or not. So let us check over here. So P has 1, 3, 7, 10. 1, 3, 7, 10. Yes, it is in P. So I got this as in what? P. So I have verified that complement of P is always equal to P. So this is all about this question. Thank you. Thank you, student. Well, students, let us consider the last example, example number 6. Now, which set of the numbers could be the universal set for the sets given below? That means they have given me the set of 3 sets. Then there are 2 sets. I have to choose a universal set. Now, for choosing the universal sets of numbers, let us see what do you mean by, or in natural sets, natural set. That means natural number, it is always denoted by capital N. It starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will go on, go till infinity. Then next, whole numbers, W, start from 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 3, Then integers, I can write it by I, integers. Now we start from minus infinity to minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, Fine. So these are the number sets which are available with us for time being. Now here, I have to check which set I can use as a universal set for this. So first A, set A, it is a multiple of what? 5. Now the set of multiple of 5. So it can be 5, 10, 15, Fine. Then the set of multiple of 7, that means 7, 14, 21, And set of multiple of 12, 24, 36, So there are like this 3 sets. Fine. Now all the numbers are present in what? Natural number also. See, that means this set is subset of n, this set is subset of n, this set is subset of n. And if all the sets are subset of n, and n is subset of W as well as n is subset of I. So I can use any one of the set as an universal set. So for this I can use either n, W or I as universal set for these 3 sets under consideration. Fine. Now here they have given me set P. Now what is set P? The set of integers Now they told me that these are the integers which are multiple of 4. These are multiple of 4. Now here my set can be minus 8 dot 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 minus 4 dot dot dot, then 4 8 dot dot dot. So this cannot be subset of n. This cannot be subset of w. So it can be subset of what? I, isn't it? So this set can be subset of I. Now let us consider this T, the set of all even square numbers. Now even square. Now 2. What is the square of 2? 4. Then next is what? 4. Square of 4? 16. Or simply I will write it as like this: 2 square, comma 4 square, comma then next 6 square, like this, dot dot dot. So this can be an subset of n, subset of w as well as I. But when I am considering these two sets at a time, that means these two sets are under consideration of my study. So at that time I have to take a common universal set. So I will be, integer, set of integers will be the universal set. Here I am writing it over here, we can use. Now here I, that means integer, set of integers is considered, or I can be considered as an universal set. Got it? Fine. So here we complete our practice at 1.3. Fine. If you like my videos and you are enjoying my videos, then please give a like as well as subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.